Welcome, everyone. I'm Kelly Schock, Director of Developer Marketing here at Docusign. To start, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our incredible developer community. Your innovation, continued feedback, and trust have driven us to where we are today, and we're so excited for what's next. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. We're thrilled to have you as part of this growing community as we introduce a major leap forward in how you can automate, integrate, and now extend your services with Docusign. You, our developer community, have been instrumental in shaping our future, and we've dedicated our most talented and passionate teams to building the experience that you deserve. We are excited and honored to work with and learn from you today. Soon, you'll hear from product leaders Julian Macaño, Brendan Alexander, and Rajveer Sethi, who have been focused on leveling up our developer experience and making our vision for Docusign for developers a reality. Did you know Docusign processes hundreds of millions of e-signature transactions every year? Hundreds of millions. Every year. In fact, you, our developers, have built the integrations that make 50% of those e-signatures happen. Talk about impact. However, we're not just in the e-signature game. We're not just a one-product company. We're a platform. And what you were able to accomplish on e-signature is just a glimmer of what you will be able to do moving forward. Here at Docusign, we're shifting our focus to something bigger, capturing the entire agreement lifecycle. This is more than just a product evolution. It's an ecosystem opportunity for all of us. And we know that you, our developers, are holding the keys to unlock it. Agreements are more than e-signatures on paper. They contain rich data that could transform how businesses operate from the back office to the front lines. Too often, they've been treated as static, forgotten files, buried within a company's archive. What if we flip the script? What if we could embed the data into the workflows that you're already building? What if agreement data became a source of innovation, driving new growth opportunities forward? Right now, it's like sitting on a treasure chest, but never looking to see what's inside. We're here to change that, and we hope that you will be a part of it. Docusign for Developers offers enhanced APIs, tools, and resources to enable you to build across the entire agreement lifecycle. You can now automate workflows, integrate with more product areas, and bring your apps into Docusign, allowing you to reach over 1.6 million customers through our App Center. At the heart of this transformation is our new Developer Center experience. It's your one-stop destination to explore, build, and scale on Docusign. With a thriving community, detailed documentation, and comprehensive starter kits, you'll be able to learn, build, and deploy solutions that go far beyond e-signature. We realize it hasn't been easy to innovate beyond e-signature in the past, and we have not consistently been there, investing in your experience. We're committed to changing that and making continuous improvements with your feedback. Now, we're providing a platform that enables you to solve these problems at every stage of the agreement process. You'll have access to an expanded portfolio of APIs, moving beyond e-sign, web forms, and admin, to include new agreement APIs. These APIs allow you to embed intelligent agreement management capabilities directly into your own products, making them smarter and more efficient. As excited as I am to get into our new tools, I want to make sure that you know that everything we've built was built to solve real pain points experienced by developers like you. Pain points like excessive overhead in building and maintaining simple automations, dense code for super basic integrations, and limited options for customizing and stitching together the end user experience. The list goes on. Take Maestro, for example, our low-code, no-code tool that lets you build workflows and trigger them with a single API call. With Maestro, you can speed up development, minimize upkeep, and focus on innovation instead of redundant tasks. But that's not all. We're leveraging AI and natural language processing to unlock powerful data trapped inside your agreements with Navigator API, now in beta. This gives you the ability to query and integrate these insights into your own apps and integrations. You can also extract the most important terms and attributes from agreements at scale and feed that data into tools like Tableau or Power BI. And we're just getting started. With extensibility, we're solving one of the biggest challenges developers face: disconnected systems. You can now build extension apps to bring your functionality directly into Docusign products and reach our extensive customer base. You'll be able to extend Maestro workflows, import files from cloud providers into Navigator, and even build new features that extend Docusign out-of-the-box capabilities. To top it off, you'll be able to manage your apps in a single unified place with our new developer console. The most exciting part? This isn't a coming soon announcement. Developers from companies like Trust Cloud, Presidio, and Quick have already launched extension apps. We're also thrilled to share that we've given our community a new home, deserving of the thriving ecosystem you have helped build. We've worked hard to create a space where you can innovate together, share ideas, and get support from both our technical teams and your fellow developers. This is a whole new chapter for Docusign, a chapter that's powered by you, our developer community. We invite you to join us on this journey to build the future of agreements. Your creativity, innovation, and passion are what will make this platform truly great. Next, you'll be hearing from my colleagues leading the platform product strategy to share more on our end-to-end capabilities. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for your continued feedback and partnership. Let's unlock new ways to build together.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Julian Macaño, and I've been working on developer-first products for over 12 years now. And I continue to focus on improving the experience that developers have today here at Docusign when it comes to actually building on the Docusign platform. Today, I'm going to provide you an overview of our agreement APIs that are designed to help you build applications and solutions that span across the entire agreement lifecycle, beyond e-signature. I'll also share with you how Maestro can actually help you boost developer productivity. Whether you're a new developer or an existing developer that's looking to build a new agreement workflow, you may be an existing developer that has an existing API integration. Maestro can also help you adopt faster and easier our Docusign IAM capabilities without actually disrupting your code. You've heard the term intelligent agreement management or Docusign IAM a few times now. Let's talk a little bit more what it means for you at a practical level. We designed the Docusign platform to be modular, giving you the flexibility to build efficient, scalable, and customizable solutions. This modularity empowers you to actually pick and choose from a variety of different components and services across the entire agreement lifecycle, allowing you to actually create solutions that perfectly align with your specific business needs. Now, let me double click into some examples of the specific services and APIs that we offer across the create, commit, and manage phases of the agreement lifecycle. When it comes to actually creating agreements in an automated way, Web Forms lets you easily build interactive forms where you can actually collect data and dynamically populate that information into agreements. With our Web Forms runtime APIs, you can actually create web forms programmatically with auto-filled information and also directly embed these web forms into your applications, just like you do with eSignature today. On top of this, with document generation, which is now part of our e-signature APIs, you can actually create and send personalized agreements for signature to dynamically read and insert information from your internal systems, eliminating the possibility of error or formatting issues that many times comes where there's manual intervention. Now, the beauty of all this is you can actually combine these capabilities with our improved embedded signing. Now, we've said that seamless product experiences are essential. But many times when it comes to actually integrating agreements can sometimes feel a little clunky, whether it's due to awkward iframes or just disruptive URL redirects that can many times actually lead to user drop-offs. That's where our enhanced embedded signing feature comes in. It lets you embed agreements directly into your websites or mobile apps, eliminating the need for redirects or iframes. You can actually also fully customize the UI to align to your app's designs, creating a smooth, consistent signing experience that feels native to your application. All of this while leveraging the full capability of Docusign signature. Now, on top of this, for developers who also are looking to actually integrate our sending experience or actually editing and managing of templates into your applications, there's also no need to actually start from scratch. You can also embed our modern, flexible UI for sending agreements and managing templates, streamlining the entire process and saving, again, development time. Now, we all know that when a document is actually sent for signature or is completed, the process isn't over there. With capabilities like our modular API, you can actually automate the tracking of key events across your accounts, such as when documents are actually being accessed or unusual login activities, and integrate these events with modern tools like Splunk for real-time alerts. This enables proactive agreement management, letting you detect irregularities and make data-driven decisions. Now, when it comes to actually managing completed agreements, Kelly mentioned earlier, we're introducing our Navigator APIs, which are launching in beta. With this, we'll actually introduce new powerful REST APIs that provide access to agreement data and AI-extracted insights that traditionally have been locked within static PDF files. With these new APIs, we'll be able to actually unlock new exciting possibilities and new types of use cases and applications. So we really can't wait to see what you actually build with them. Now, our platform investments are also focused on bringing greater flexibility and scale to better support how you manage your users and end customers. We're delivering new features that are designed to enhance efficiency, especially for our large ISVs and enterprise customers who many times need to oversee multiple end customers or many departments and business units, right, inside of their organizations. To support this, we've introduced new tools and APIs to simplify the provisioning and management of your customer accounts, removing the need for manual requests or support intervention to actually manage these sub-accounts. In addition to this, we're also enhancing key capabilities like Docusign Connect. If you've not heard of Docusign Connect is our webhook service that enables you to subscribe to specific events that take place across the agreement workflow. Now with Docusign Connect, we're going to actually make it easier for you to actually manage these webhook configurations, all again at the organization level, instead of having to actually manage this at the specific account level. Now, as Kelly mentioned, a signature is just a small but an essential piece of the agreement process. There's a lot of complex work that actually takes place before and after the actual capturing of a signature. Before, you may need to collect customer information or actually verify their identity before they can actually see the agreement. Or after the actual capture of the signature, you may have to store that completed agreement in a cloud storage provider or actually take information from the agreement and actually update a system of record. Based on our research, we see that on average, when it comes to actual complex workflows, they can go to about 14 steps or tasks. Now, just for a second, imagine having to build this workflow programmatically. Or maybe you've done this already. You need to consume multiple APIs across these different steps, mapping requests, responses to different API interfaces. If we do some quick basic math, right, it's fair to say that this could result at about 7 API integrations just by looking at this example workflow. And you need to do this not only to write, but also, again, maintain over time these integrations. And what about actually enhancing this workflow over time and adding more additional steps as the needs of your business actually evolve? This is no small task. And it likely involves working with different platforms, systems, each again with its own learning curve. Now, what if I told you that you could actually create this workflow with simple clicks and no configurations, meaning a low-code, no-code experience, and then trigger this workflow from your application or website with one single API call, no matter the amount of actual workflow steps? Yes, you heard me right. Just one API call. That's the power of Maestro. For you, this means reducing your upfront development effort when building and incorporating a new agreement workflow into your products and applications, enabling faster time to market. So you can build a workflow using our Maestro no-code designer, and then actually invoke it from your application using our Maestro APIs. What's even better is as the needs of your business actually evolve, you can easily enhance your workflows using, again, our Maestro local designer without changing the actual API integration. So you might start with something simple like this example workflow where you collect information using web forms, you pass it on to the agreement, and then there's a signature. And later you may expand and evolve this workflow to include identity verification, storing this agreement in a cloud storage provider, or writing back to a system of record like Salesforce. Now, up to this moment, I focus on how Maestro can help you boost developer productivity for actually creating a new existing workflow. But what about the many developers that are out there, right, that potentially have built Docusign integrations using our eSign APIs? Coming soon, we'll actually be introducing the ability to actually trigger a workflow from a completed workflow event. This means when an agreement is actually signed through your current API integration, you can actually kick off a Maestro workflow that complements that existing integration. So on top of this includes defining rules and actually leveraging conditionality for the types of agreements that should be processed. So you could build a workflow that enhances and complements your existing eSign integration, leveraging Docusign workflow steps, or even out-of-the-box partner integrations that are available through App Center. So for example, for a completed agreement, you could sync data back to Salesforce or another system of record like HubSpot, or again, just simply archive that completed agreement into a preferred cloud storage provider. All again, without actually having to actually modify your existing API integrations. That seems powerful, right? You just learned a little bit about our latest agreement APIs that will enable you to actually build applications and solutions that span across the entire agreement lifecycle. And also how Maestro can actually help you boost developer productivity for adopting Docusign IAM. Let it be for building a new agreement workflow or enhancing and complementing your existing eSign API integrations. Now, after this general session, be sure to check out many of our breakout sessions to learn more about Maestro and our Navigator APIs, many of our latest enhancements to eSign capabilities, where the teams will actually talk about more with examples and use cases and then actual technical demos. Up next, Brendan is going to walk you through our new extensibility strategy and the opportunity to actually bring your products and services into Docusign. Thank you. Brendan, over to you.
Thank you, Julian. Hi, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start by imagining all the steps and products needed to get to an agreement signed by all parties. You need to include developers, IT, security, legal, compliance, business operations, sales, product, marketing, and more. There are intellectual property, privacy, terms of service, and other issues to negotiate. Everyone has something to add to get to an agreement. And in that process, the agreement may traverse dozens of teams and products at the companies of all parties involved. It is dizzying. What if there were a way to simplify that mess of human and product collaboration to get to agreement faster, easier, and with far less context switching and operational overhead? What if you could bring all of your products into the native experiences that Docusign offers to accomplish that? As Julian mentioned, I'm Brendan Alexander, and I lead the extensibility product team. I've worked on dev experiences and extensibility for 15 plus years, and am very excited to join Docusign as we renew investment in and enhance your experience as developers. I have the pleasure of introducing you today to Docusign Extensions, a new capability that helps developers address disconnected product and inaccessible data problems. This new aspect of our platform helps unlock the agreement trap by making your product experiences usable directly inside Docusign. Core to extending Docusign are three concepts we'll cover today: extension types, extension points, and extension apps. First up, extension types. Extension types address specific cross-product problems customers need to solve in Docusign. They map to product-specific use cases and align with the shape of your products and platforms. Our initial set of extension types were chosen based on feedback from customers and you, our developer and partner community. Those types are data verification, which integrates verification services like Vonage or Twilio SendGrid to ensure agreement data like phone numbers and email addresses entered by participants are correct before finishing the signing process. Data input and output, which are used in automated workflows for generating agreements using data from systems of record, like Salesforce and HubSpot. And file input and output, which are used to bring files in from cloud storage like SharePoint and write agreement documents to storage or file analysis services like Quick. Each extension type has two main components: a customer experience that lets our customers use your product within Docusign, and a developer experience made up of actions which map to your API endpoints that enables you to power the customer experience via data from your products. As an example, for a file input extension type, there is a customer experience for browsing and selecting folders and files, and a developer experience that includes list folders and list files actions, which map to your product API endpoints that are ultimately called when the customer interacts with the file input experience. You can go to the Developer Center today to learn more about the supported extension types and the requirements for each to help you integrate. Ultimately, extension types are about making it easy for your products to integrate with Docusign in a logical, discoverable way. In addition to types, it's important for you and our customers to know where your product will show up in Docusign. We refer to these places as extension points, the locations in Docusign products where your product, integrated via an extension type, shows up. An extension point can support one or more extension types. For instance, data verification shows up in eSign, where signing participants regularly input data critical to completing agreements. Data input and output shows up in Maestro, as data ingestion is often a key first step to automated agreement processes. For instance, reading data in from Salesforce for generating agreements from contacts and leads. We also have file output that shows up in a very similar way inside Maestro, and enables archiving files to cloud storage like Google Drive. And file input shows up in Navigator to enable bringing agreement templates or completed agreements from cloud storage into Docusign for analysis. A quick note on this: the customer experience for this has shipped, and the developer experience is coming soon. This approach of extension points enables us to surface your product in one or more Docusign products in ways that are tailored to that aspect of intelligent agreement management. For instance, file input in eSign might allow 50 documents when creating an agreement envelope, whereas Navigator might allow hundreds or thousands of documents for bulk import. These tweaks and customizations ultimately steer our customers toward ease of use and success in ways natural to a given extension point. With extension types and points understood at a high level, the last major concept is how you package your product to make it discoverable. You do that by creating extension apps that become available in the Docusign App Center once published. These apps encapsulate the technical configurations for connecting Docusign with your product and the discovery aspects needed by customers to find, install, and configure your product. There are a few key aspects of interconnecting Docusign with your product to enable end customers to find and install, then configure and prepare your product to be used in supported extension points. There are discovery aspects like marketing materials that again enable our shared customers to find and install your product integration. Connection aspects. These are options like authentication and authorization that allow customers to safely and securely connect to your product. And execution aspects like runtime mappings between Docusign's product experiences and architecture and your product's experiences and architecture. We use the concept of an extension app, a JSON object you upload to Docusign, to declaratively contain these extension integration aspects. Let's take a look at each aspect in a bit more detail. First, discovery. This includes aspects like name to help customers easily find your integration, screenshots to help them visually see what your extension app will do, a description to allow for more detail so customers understand what your extension app is capable of, and support information so when things go wrong, they know how to contact you for help. Next is connection aspects. This includes authentication types, permissions, and secrets needed for Docusign to securely act on behalf of the customer when interacting with your product. And last, execution. You define one or more extension types that your app supports, and then map extension type actions invoked by extension point experiences to the backend API endpoints exposed by your platform. This extension app manifest lets you have a single code-based asset that brings together all aspects of your integration. As an analogy, think of this like a travel itinerary that aggregates flights, transportation, and accommodations for a single trip. Having everything in one place makes it easier to stay on top of all the aspects of extending Docusign with your product. And having it as code enables you to integrate it with your existing code development practices like source control management and automated release processes. Let's pause now and revisit the concepts we just reviewed. In this whirlwind tour of extensibility, we covered the following: extension types, points, and apps. These capabilities enable you to integrate your products inside Docusign, oriented around solving shared customer problems. Those are extension types. As we mentioned, those we support today are data verification, data input and output, and file input and output. They allow you to do so in a customizable way that also works consistently across Docusign's product portfolio, so you can write once and have it work everywhere. These are extension points. As we covered, there's data verification in eSign, data input and output in Maestro, file output in Maestro, and file input in Navigator. And lastly, extension apps. This encapsulates and allows you to define and manage your extensibility integration aspects in a unified manner aligned with your existing development best practices. While this was a whirlwind tour, we have multiple ways you can dive deeper into extensibility. First, check out our extension app deep dive, where Swapnil and Parsa will show you how to build extensions hands-on. Next, go view our self-serve extension app documentation on Docusign Dev Center and all of the resources our team has put together on GitHub to get you started. And last, please engage with us via our Docusign developer community as you dive in. As a product manager, I can assure you we pay attention to this forum. We want to hear your feedback and help shape the roadmap ahead. Now, before we transition to our next topic, let's revisit the end-to-end agreement process we imagined at the beginning. Let's recall the dizzying number of potential products used by stakeholders across many companies. Imagine if your products were already integrated into Docusign at the right places and times. How much pain could we relieve for our customers? How much productivity could we give back to them? It's on us to partner and solve those problems. So let's jump in. Up next, Rajveer is going to walk you through our unified management story for both integrate, embed, and extension apps. No matter how you integrate, we want to make it simple for you to manage those integrations and for customers to discover and put them to use. Thank you. Rajveer, on to you.
Thank you, Brandon. You've just learned a lot about what extension apps are, how they work, and the value they can deliver. I'm sure many of you are eager to build your first extension app. But let's be honest, building an app is just the first step. There's a lot to do after that to make sure your app is successful. This includes testing, publishing, monitoring, and improving your app after it's live. Managing all that can be really difficult if you don't have the right tools at your disposal. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Hello everyone, my name is Rajveer Sethi and I'm a senior product manager here at Docusign. And today, I'm very excited to introduce you to our new offering, Docusign Developer Console. With the Developer Console, you can manage the entire lifecycle of your extension apps, right from registering and testing to getting it certified, to publishing it to the App Center, and then monitoring and updating it once it's live, all from one single place. You can access the Developer Console from the user menu in the top right corner of developers.docusign.com. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through a high-level 3-step journey that you can take in the Developer Console to register and publish your extension app. Let's get started. First step, app registration and testing. Once you finish coding and hosting your extension app, you need to register it with Docusign using the Developer Console. To do that, Developer Console offers 2 options. First, a guided form-based experience, and second, a JSON-based manifest experience. Both the options offer an easy way for you to register the app. And based on your preference, you can choose whichever option works best for you. After your app is registered, you can easily test its connection and actions within the developer console. You can also launch our IAM products like Maestro, eSign, or Navigator directly from the developer console and test your app within those products to make sure it works as expected across our IAM platform. When your extension app is registered and tested, you can move to the second step, app certification. In this step, you need to submit your app for review through the developer console app submission feature. During this review process, our team makes sure that your app meets our legal, business, technical, and security standards. This process is very important as it ensures when your certified app goes live in the App Center, your customers get a high-quality experience, which can drive greater adoption of your app. Once your app is certified, you can move to the third and final step, app publishing. In this step, you simply need to click the Publish button in the developer console to launch your app in the App Center. This single action will make your app visible to over 1.6 million potential customers across US, Canada, Europe, and Australia. But if you prefer to share your app with just a selected group of customers instead of everyone, you can do that too by simply selecting your app distribution as private in the developer console and then sharing your app with just those selected customers. See how easy it is for you to register, test, get certified, and then publish your app with the developer console? But that's not all. With Developer Console, you can track your app's performance by seeing how many customers have viewed it, installed it, and are actively using it. You can also access logs for troubleshooting issues, release updates to fix bugs, or add new features to keep up with your customers' evolving needs. My fellow developers, we are just getting started. We have seen and received great feedback from our early development partners. And based on that, we are building an exciting roadmap for next year to unlock even more agreement use cases and make it even easier for you to implement those use cases with Docusign. So now I'm sure some of you must be wondering, will the developer console be a tool just for managing extension apps? Well, the answer is no, because next year we'll also be adding support for integration apps within the developer console so you can manage both integration and extension apps all from one place. One tool, one unified experience to manage everything that you've built with Docusign. Before I hand it back to Callie, I want to re-emphasize why extension apps are so important. With extension apps, you can expand your impact by solving critical agreement needs for millions of customers. Instead of requiring customers to build their own custom solutions for things like reading and writing data into external systems, archiving agreements once they are signed, or verifying user input in real time, they can simply add your extension app through our App Center to meet those needs. If you take a step back and think about it, it's hard not to get excited about the possibilities. So, to end, we have the tools to transform how millions of customers around the world manage their agreements. And you, my fellow developers, will have the knowledge to use those tools after today's deep dive sessions. Let's work together and make it happen. Thank you. Over to you, Callie.
Thanks, Rajveer. We've heard from you that managing agreements, it's messy, it's complex. The future of agreements is about building seamless and automated experiences that connect every step of the agreement journey. By building on the Docusign platform, you unlock a world of possibilities, embedding agreements wherever they're needed, extending solutions, and creating new, more efficient ways to do business. As you heard from Julian, you've pushed Docusign to expand our offerings beyond e-signature and into areas like workflow automation and data management through our Maestro and Navigator tools. And as Brendan and Rajveer shared, the Developer Console, App Center, and Extensibility is another response to your ongoing feedback, offering a place to build, publish, and discover apps that extend Docusign's capabilities. Through empowering users with self-serve tools, Docusign now enables more flexible integrations without requiring custom code. In today's ever-connected and increasingly complex world, agreements are everywhere, and their volume is growing exponentially. From partnerships and compliance to new innovations in AI, agreements are the backbone of progress. As they multiply, they introduce new challenges. They must move faster, integrate seamlessly, and adapt in real time. That's why we've embraced a connected, ever-evolving platform and ecosystem designed to help developers, like you, build solutions that not only keep up with the pace of change, but drive it. We're here with you today to not only share more about our platform, but also hear your feedback to help shape our future. We're excited to unveil our newly published Docusign Developer Roadmap. Help shape the future of Docusign for developers, suggest new features, and collaborate with us to continue to build the tools that you need. And the Discover Party doesn't end today. We've partnered with DevPost to host Unlocked, a hackathon focused on agreements for you to keep coding, learning, and having fun with us into the new year. Sign up and find your team today. We also hope you'll join us in the Docusign developer community for a special scavenger hunt to solve clues about our new developer tools and unlock exclusive badges. Next, you'll be joining my colleagues to dive deep into how you can integrate and extend your solutions with us. At Docusign, we're unlocking new possibilities through our growing ecosystem. With developers like you, we're building smarter, more connected solutions that streamline workflows, eliminate friction, and unlock new value for businesses everywhere. We can't wait to see what you'll create.